Robert Littal, BSO. When Draymond was in here, Steph, he said that he felt like a lot of people looked at this like an ending to you guys' run, but that would be a mistake on their part. Can you talk about the resiliency of your team, and if indeed you had that feeling as well, and should people not put you guys in the grave right now?
I mean, tough way to go out. You obviously credit Toronto on a great series. They went out and won it. They played amazing tonight, all across the board. They had contributions, and yeah, it's a tough feeling, being on this side of losing in the finals. But I think a lot has been, proven about who we are as a team and the fight that we have and all the adversity that we dealt with, and this entire playoff run, and it's a one-possession game to keep our season alive tonight. So we'll be thinking about this one. It's tough, but our DNA and who we are, and the character that we have on this team, I wouldn't bet against us. Being back on the stage, next year and going forward. So really proud of the way that we fought to the end. And this 5-year run's been awesome, but definitely don't think it's over.
Next question right here.
Julianne Herrera, ABC 7 News. Despite the loss, can you just talk about all the emotions you're feeling that this is the last game at Oracle? I mean, for these fans, this is their Roracle. They love this place. And what are you feeling now that this is really over?
I mean, a lot of different emotions, a lot of thoughts. No regrets at all about, again, what we've been able to accomplish and even how this series ended. So we've had a lot of great memories in this building. I think it's iconic in the sense of our entire history of this organization and how we got to this point. And, whenever I drive by it, I'll have great memories of, again, what we've been able to accomplish in this building. And as we move across the bridge, want to be able to continue that and create new memories. So hopefully, every fan that was in this building appreciates the journey and the ride. Every fan that was watching how Oakland held us down for 47 years, and turn the page to bigger and better things coming for this franchise.
Fourth row on your right, Steph.
Steph, Mike Gainer, Toronto Sun. You saw a lot of Fred VanVleet in this series. What do you know about him now that you didn't know before?
I mean, he's a gamer. He hit some big shots, not just the defensive pressure. He hit a lot of daggers that never seemed to panic when the ball was in his hands. And even tonight, he hit like 3 of them that kept their momentum on their side. So I obviously saw a lot of bodies on defense, but he was one that took the challenge, and obviously he's a champion now, so well deserved.
Next row back on the right.
Steph, comparing the way you lose 3 years ago in the finals with almost got shut down at the very last second in the Game 7 to this finals, with so many injuries, so many people got down. So which one is more painful for you guys?
I mean, losing hurts no matter what the situation is. Nobody likes that feeling, whether it's a Game 7 or Game 6 or what have you. But, I'll echo what Draymond said. It's kind of how do you respond and what do you, how hard do you work to try to get back to the stage. Soak up this feeling, because obviously we celebrated, we've had champagne, we've had, rings, but this is the more motivating feeling in terms of how do you respond, how do you turn the page to new challenges ahead. So we'll be all right.
Mark, Janie, and then Howard, last 3.
Steph, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. First, can you explain how you felt watching Klay go down? And secondly, how much did you have left at the end when you had that look to possibly put your team ahead and go on to Game 7?
It's just tough in terms of a guy like Klay that left it all out there. He was playing amazing tonight. And to see a freak play like that where, he lands awkwardly, I don't know the diagnosis yet, but you think about the person and the guy and how much he loves to play the game, and that's the only thoughts you have. It's really not about, what it means in terms of playing basketball. It's just I'm more concerned about him as an individual and hoping that he's all right. So I kind of, leave it at that. But the shot was one I take 10 out of 10 times. And, we ran a play that was kind of we got a decent look off of, kind of a bobble catch. And, I could see the rim, so I shot it. I'll live with that. We always talk about that, myself and Klay, in terms of shots that we take. You live with it. And, I'd shoot that shot every day of the week.
Janie, back center.
Steph, Janie McCauley from Associated Press. You've said so many times this season, how difficult it is to win it all and how you guys need to cherish every moment together while this team is together. Do the events of the last couple days where Kevin has surgery and Klay goes down just show you how many things have to go right for a championship? I mean, and how things sometimes don't work out.
For sure. I mean, in the history of this NBA, you could highlight every team that was supposed to win or had the best team and all the different storylines. And, 82 games in a full playoff run, a lot can happen. And it's just a matter of how much you fight and just leave it all out there on the floor. I think the way that we have talked and described this journey and whatnot, I don't think there's ever been a situation where we've taken anything for granted. And that's something I can look back and just we all can hold our head high that, we gave it everything we got. To your point about, two guys who would go down and the game's kind of taken away from them in those moments, it's not a good feeling at all. And it's kind of a helpless feeling in terms of, two freak plays that, send these guys back to the locker room. So it's tough, but it's part of basketball. It's part of the game. Again, I just, hope their recoveries are strong and they come back, better than they were before.
Howard, last question here on the left side.
Howard Beck from Bleacher Report. Steph, when you think about the toll a 5-year run can take, all the extra games, you think about some key free agencies, the injuries. Sean has talked about possibly retiring. Does this feel like, if not necessarily the end, then kind of a major transition point for who you guys have been? You expect serious change potentially coming forward?
I mean, I'm not sure. There's a lot of, obviously, decisions that will go into the summer, and we'll deal with those accordingly. But, I think true champions like we are, we should be able to adapt and keep the same kind of DNA no matter what our roster looks like next year, and have high hopes about, being back on the stage, whether it looks the same or not, or obviously we're changing buildings and all that type of stuff. There is going to be some change, but we'll enjoy this summer. Like you said, it's been a long journey. We've played a lot of basketball, get away from the game a little bit, refresh the minds. Guys go through some rehabs and get back stronger. Next season will be next season, and we'll come back with the right mentality. So it's kind of hard to talk about because it's a tough way to go out, and it's tough to lose in the finals. But story's not over yet.